Maybe. Oh, we're live now. Oh God, we're live. Oh God, the internet doesn't know what to do with us because we're live.
Oh
Actually,
my
they don't
God.
give a damn.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh
I
my
don't.
God. Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
After yesterday's episode, I just don't know what the hell. I don't know left and right, up and
My brain
down.
hurts. My
So,
brain hurts.
welcome everyone that's watching out in La La Land. My name is Cliff. To my, here's my left. Yeah. To my left is my daughter Christina. And down below, last but not least, is my brother Nate. And we are going to be
What up? What up?
discussing
What up, yo?
WandaVision episode 5. And there's going to be spoilers
Spoiler alert.
and talk of comic stuff.
Spoiler alert.
And there's
Spoiler
gonna be
alert.
talk of comic stuff. And there's just a lot to digest because this one, I told y'all. See, Christina was in it for the big round. Banks was ready to run away after the first 2 episodes when he was sitting there like, what's going on?
But let me just say this. Hold on. Hold on. I got something classically I gotta say.
Yes.
After this episode 5, there are even gonna be more people at the end that's gonna say, "What in the haberdashery and hemoglobin is going on here?" And I love it.
So I have eye pain. So last week it was the whole vision, the whole vision, dead thing that they showed that was like, "Ugh." But I have a new, fresh, what the heck are you doing type thing. And that comes from this. What the hell is that? Vision.
I looked at that and I was like,
Baby
that's creepy as hell.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and come back on my computer. I'm still here though.
Okay. Vision was never a child. He was, well, not in the sense of a child.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Vision is a machine. So Wanda's doing this whole family ties theme because that's what she's doing. Wait, okay. I think she's back. Are you back now?
Yes.
Okay. So Wanda's doing the whole family ties thing. If you didn't know, that's what the beginning was. I don't know.
I did not
Christina
know
knows
what it was.
Yeah. So
I was
family
like,
ties.
Family
House? Like, what is happening here?
No, Family Ties gave us Michael Gross. It gave us a young Michael J. Fox. It gave us actually Leonardo DiCaprio came from there too at one point when they got, because the kids kept getting older, so they had to keep, you know how Cosby Show got us Raven Simone when
Yeah.
Rudy got too old and she wasn't cute no more. That's what I believe Family Ties did have Leonardo, like a very young Leonardo on there. But yeah, that was the whole painting thing. And if you listen to the lyrics, they were like, we're just doing this and we don't know what we're doing. We don't have a plan. And that's kind of goes back to what Wanda had said at the beginning, you know, in the first episode when she was trying to do these, you know, the party and stuff. But this is the stuff of nightmares right there, baby Vision, because
That never existed.
no, it never existed. And the funny thing is that they do all this stuff, and then the pictures of Wanda growing up, you're like, okay, that's cool. And then you notice that she's outside of a bombed out shelter in one of the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
What an awesome life she led. But I've gotten too far ahead. So, you know, they did the recap over the last couple episodes of what's been going on, basically with WandaVision and how everything's doing. What's up, Eric? While night is on, looking at us. And then, so they did that. And then there was also, so basically they did the recap. And then the episode kind of started off with Wanda dealing with them dealing with the twins who evidently have not gone to sleep at all. Well, I guess that's what happens when they're magical constructs or whatever they are, because we still don't know what they are and how they exist. Because first of all, Vision's a dead body. So even if he was creating
Wait.
sperm,
Even though it's a dead body, he's a machine.
He's a
Yes.
computer.
he's an artificial intelligence he's an android. He can't Unless Tony is really nasty, which this is Tony Stark we're talking about. We might have gave him all his functionality, and Ultron did kind of have a dealing with him too. So, yeah. So, so they're dealing with the baby crying, and every time that Wanda, I don't know if you guys have noticed over the last couple of episodes, every time Wanda says she needs some help or something, Agnes appears.
Agnes shows up, yeah,
with something. But the weird part is Vision noticed something strange because she showed up and Vision was like, you know what? Don't touch the kids. Leave the kids alone. And she looked at Wanda and was like, oh, you want me to take that back from the top? And Vision is sitting there like, wait, what?
Back from the top, yeah.
Wait, what's going on? What? Wait, that's not right.
And I mean, Wanda played that dope, though. You got to give Wanda credit. That was dopey dope, the way she played that. She's like, what are you talking about? You're tired. Relax.
She is, the child is so delusional, it's ridiculous. I don't know what she keeps thinking she going to get over on the computer brain. Like, eventually he's going to figure something's going on. And that's basically what this episode is about. Go ahead, Bex.
No, but I just love how she was just like, no big deal. And then all of a sudden Agnes went back to ha.
You know what it reminded me of? I don't know if you guys have started watching Resident Alien yet, but it's an alien that's a doctor. He came to Earth and he's hiding out as a doctor. And every time he tries to laugh, you're sitting there like, because it is the most inhuman laugh you've ever heard before in your life. And everybody's just looking at him like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that tends to, that just made me think immediately when she said, take it from the top. I said, okay, she's not under Wanda's mind control or not fully under mind control.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that this is eventually going to have to be figured out. Is she friend? Is she co-conspirator?
Is she foe?
Or is she the precipice or the person that's pushing all of this? Is she playing Wanda's craziness against her?
Mm-hmm. Well, and the other thing is that Agnes, so she was sitting there doing that, and then just something is off about Agnes. I've always said this.
But my thing is, I didn't read the actual this comic, but I know that Agnes was her teacher at one time.
Yeah, Agatha Hart was it Agatha Harkness? Help me, Wild Knight. I think it's Agatha Harkness.
And so my thing is that I know that's her teacher at one time. Mm-hmm. So did she grab Agnes, who used to be, Agatha? Did she grab her to help her?
Or did Agatha grab her and this is how she's helping Wanda cope with what's going on in the world?
Yeah. Right. And that's is she a co-conspirator is what I meant. What did he say? I can't read it.
He said drinking Henny while she's supposed to be babysitting.
For real.
She's like, where's your dark liquor? Where's your dark liquor? No,
but
not
didn't
for
she
me.
say she
for
was
the
gonna
kids.
give it for the babies? Right. I was like, what?
Now, y'all all know our parents, well, not you, Christina, but me and Nate all know that our parents at times when we was little put a little something on their fingers and then put it on our mouths to knock us out.
That was for toothing. That was for teeth, for pain, remember? That was the excuse.
That was the excuse, but that wasn't what they was doing it for.
It was like shut up.
I'm glad the statute of limitations done run. My mama be in trouble.
But so the kids finally get quiet, and Vision's like, "Oh, did you notice?" But I noticed something too. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when Agnes was like, "Do you want to take it from the top?" the kids was quiet then. There was no crying.
I didn't notice that, but now that you say that, yes.
The kids was quiet when they were in that little confusion state of what to do. And what we saw is Wanda's powers do not work on the kids.
Didn't work on the kids, yeah. I saw that too. That stuck out to me a lot. Is that her powers to work on them?
Well, we got to get don't go too far afoot because that's part of what Vision said as well. So let's keep going.
So they look, and the kids are not in the dang thing, and then they hear something go, "Mommy and Daddy," and they turn around, and the kids are now 5 years old.
5, yeah.
Can I tell you something? That creeped me out. And then later on, as we move in the episode, when they went even further, I stopped the show like.
Well, you have to remember one of the kids, I can't remember if it's Tommy or Billy, one of them has her powers. So they're able to manipulate reality.
I want to say Bill. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Whoever's Wiccan has her powers, and he can manipulate reality. But so anyway, Agatha's up on first of all, she's up on a bar with her feet all on their stuff, which in a black household, you ain't gonna put your shoes on my counter. You
half of the black households, you're gonna leave your feet and shoes outside.
Exactly.
How many times you done walked in with socks in somebody's crib? Like, damn, I'm glad I got on the same actual matching pair. I'd have been in bed.
It's so anyway, she's sitting there, she's like, see, kids, you just can't control them sometimes. And she's laughing.
By the way, y'all, before we go, we gonna keep going on the show, but after the show is over, man, I got something to tell y'all about living down here in New Mexico. Ooh, it is a difference between households. Amen and hallelujah. Proceed.
The show started then, and that's when they started. They got a theme song every week that kind of is a theme song off of whatever era show they're on. And this one
I'm telling you,
was Family Ties.
Dude, the Family Ties at the beginning when they were playing in the park with their little theme show, I was cracking up. I said, they done ripped the whole Family Ties show. I said, they done ripped the whole, and I thought about that immediately. I said, Christina wasn't old enough to watch Family Ties. She may not know what's going on. And then she said,
when they get to the Cosby Show era, she might be. When they get
I
to the
know
Cosby
Family
Show.
Matters and the Cosby Show, and I know those.
Right. And I said, but they stole Family Ties. I said, so which one? Okay. That was hysterical. With the 80s jeans and the terrible clothes.
Oh my God. And the corduroy shirt.
Oh, dude, I was enjoying it. I had a blast. Proceed.
So, Leonardo was on Family Ties. He was very, very young. Probably the age of the twins at the end of this episode. Young. So the episode starts after the creepy baby Vision. Creepy baby Vision, and the twins, that was probably all their things when they were little, and they don't look like twins to me, but whatever.
Well, they're fraternal.
Yeah.
What's gonna look different?
So they're in the kitchen hiding something, and Wanda comes in, and it turns out to be a little puppy. And so Vision comes in, and Vision's like, why is there a puppy in here? And then Wanda goes, well, Vision, honey, why you got your mask on? Which is basically he's got his human face on. He's like, oh, because I figure something's going to happen. Somebody's going to appear out of nowhere. And sure enough, 2 seconds later, Agnes comes walking in. And does anybody lock doors in that?
Wait a minute, hold on. But wait. Talk about what Agnes walked in with.
She walked in with a doghouse for the dog because she said she saw a dog through the window. Okay. So the first time when she showed up to help them with the twins, she heard crying.
A rattle or something?
She had a rattle, yeah. And she was on a spin class.
But see, that's what makes me think she's more than just a helper. My money is on Agnes helped her broken pupil to get through this, and she's a co-conspirator because I think she's helping to write this show because she knew the puppy was there, she knew the babies, and she didn't freak out when the next thing happened with the kids.
Right. So
remember that.
So Wanda and Vision are like, look, you guys can't have animal until you're about 10.
Yeah.
So the kids looked at each other
They
and
looked
Wanda was
like-
like, no, don't you. And they looked and said, okay, I'm 10.
And they just turned into 10. And then Agnes was like, can't control the kids.
And literally, like, also, I want to give props to the freaking child actors of this damn show. They are doing such a good job and making some major money in, like, being, like, maybe 4 or 5 scenes.
Mm-hmm. So they're now 10 years old, so they get to keep the dog. First of all, we would have had a family meeting because y'all ain't gonna stop using your powers, because that's something that Vision also brings up. Wanda's just nonchalantly using her powers in front of Agnes. He's like, I thought we agreed not to do this. Yeah. And Wanda's just like, I don't want to hide anymore. And if y'all remember from Infinity War or Civil War, she was like, I don't want to have to hide my powers.
Civil War, yeah.
Put him into the floor. But
right.
Anyway.
Well,
time out. I will tell you this, though. I'm going to tell you this. I am really glad I paid attention in Civil War and I paid attention in Age of Ultron. Even though I didn't like Age of Ultron, that was the one I did not like.
It was,
but I'm glad but I will tell you, I'm so glad I paid attention. Hey, I'm so glad I paid attention because I feel so bad for the people that didn't, because they had to keep saying, I got to go back and watch the movies. I'm like, yeah, because they are doing mad shout out to Ultron.
Do so many little Easter eggs, and I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I wanted to say, and that was one of my main things I wanted to say in the show today. Mad props to the writers. They just
they're just like, have a little of this and have a little of this, and here's a throwback.
But if you think about it, they kind of did that with Spider-Man Far From Home, because the whole thing where who the villain was and how he got this conglomerate together, and you find out there's all these background characters you never saw that was at all the Tony Stark events, and this is how they became these people that hated Tony Stark and wanted to bring down Spider-Man, who really didn't do shit. Spider-Man it wasn't his fault that Tony left him this. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He's like, I just he liked me. Like, what I do.
So
right, but I mean, the writers are dope. This is some good writing, and and I got to give since Wild Knight is on, I got to give both you and Wild Knight credit. Wild Knight called out the ones that were like after the first 2 episodes were like, this is some crap, and Cliff had to hold me on, and Wild Knight called me out, and I said, I agree. This one was a slow developer, but damn, excellent writing.
If you ever watched the Netflix ones like Daredevil, Luke Cage for sure was slow the first couple episodes. He didn't start using he ran around every now and then using his powers, and good Lord, did that man need a bulletproof shirt, because everywhere he went his shit got tore up. But true. But the whole thing was everything was slow. Daredevil was slow, and Jessica Jones was for sure slow, because that was a whole different type of vibes. And I hate to just say this about it, but Iron Fist, I only got so far into it, and I was like, I can't do it no more, because it was just so slow and product.
It was too slow. I couldn't do Jessica Jones either.
Punisher was totally different.
Yeah, but I think they did Jessica Jones a disservice. But let's not get too far afoot. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So while all this is going on in the real world outside of Westview, we have Monica Rambeau who's doing tests and stuff. Glacier-like speed. That's what Wild Knight said. Iron Fist had glacier-like speed. But so Monica's outdoors with Sword getting tested, and her tests are not coming back right. And if y'all remember, there was a wall of radiation that she went through to get in there, and so did the people of Westview that were already in there. So there's radiation radiating from within there. So it's possible that when she rewrote the characters when they got in there, they could come back outside and have abilities they didn't know. And if you recall in the comic books, Monica Rambeau is Photon, who is a friend of Captain Marvel. And so this could be how they explain how she gets her power. She could end up becoming a mutant now because of what happened.
But also Did you catch that other Easter egg
What's that?
when Miss Rambo and they were talking? It was the FBI agent was talking, and they were talking about Captain Marvel.
Oh, she didn't want to have
to
nothing
Miss
with
Rambo.
she
that
didn't want to talk about
conversation.
She didn't want to talk about it.
That's her
That's
auntie.
another-
That's her auntie. Her
And her
play
godmama.
and her
and her
godmama.
godmama.
And the reason I think she don't want to have nothing to do with her is because she thinks that she was abandoned, that her mom was
Oh yeah,
abandoned,
she let her mom die.
that Captain Marvel never. And it's possible that the radiation coming off of Captain Marvel could have killed her mom at some point and given her cancer. We don't know.
And so my point is that's an Easter egg for the future. Put that in your pocket. Put that in your
that'll
pocket.
be Captain Marvel 2. I'm sure it'll come back up because that's
And
when
that's
you're
what
going
I'm
to see
saying.
Monica again.
That's an Easter egg. Proceed.
And there's one trope I am so tired of that Marvel seems to stick to.
And I'm not. It does.
And that is the villainous director of an organization, or just a stupid person in charge of an organization. You have somebody that created her own reality, and you think a conventional missile is going to harm her, or bullets.
That was dumb. I was like, why? Like, did you forget who you're dealing with?
So, for those that don't know, Monica,
don't do that.
Monica, Darcy, and Jimmy Woo decided, hey, they figured out that Monica's bulletproof suit she had on when she went into there got rewritten into her clothes. So the clothes are now 87% Kevlar. So obviously they got rewrote to be the clothes that she wore. So they're bulletproof. So why not send technology in there that exists in the time period that Wanda's in? And obviously Sword. Right. And obviously Sword, being Sword, would have drone technologies back in the 80s because they were a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra and Blase Skippy. So they send in a drone and she's trying to talk down Wanda. Wanda's eyes start glowing, which immediately I'm like, oh, y'all got problems. Yeah. And this fool gonna say,
y'all messing with the wrong one.
Fire. He's
fire.
Like, fire. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You're just gonna pull a freaking Avengers 1 and try to blow up a city?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's exactly. And first is Cliff. See, but Cliff, where you're upset about it, I like it.
It's the same
and
trope
I'm not,
of internet leadership.
But can I tell you something? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. My thing is this. This will give, I think his stupidity will be the stepping stone. And I think they're using him as the idiot so that they can, do whatever they do with setting up the multiverse. It made sense to me. I know it upsets you, but it makes sense.
Well, I also think it plays into their view on the government. Cause they just keep doing the same fucked up shit that they keep doing and making mistakes. And thinking it's going to work differently the next time.
And before it made sense because you found out later on that half of the council was a part of Hydra. So it made sense that they would want to blow up the city because they're like, no, we'll just nuke the city. We don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah. But this was into Wild Knight's thing, Thunderbolt Ross. This is basically something that Ross would do when he can't take down a threat, but just blow it up, which always worked so well on the Hulk, which worked so well with everything that he did, and he still constantly fails. And something else that came out was the whole thing that was actually a deleted scene from Endgame. Which they cut out, which was Wanda going to get Vision's body. Because you recall, she was a part of the snap, and she was brought back after the snap when Hulk brought back everybody. So Sword had
Vision's
body. And I don't care what nobody says, that guy was being hypocritical because he's like, oh, well, this goes against Vision's living will. He didn't want to be used as a weapon. Then what is Sword doing with the body parts?
Exactly. What are you studying with his body?
You guys are doing stuff with the body.
But
it's not just sitting in your lab.
But wasn't that? I understand he didn't want to be weaponized, but didn't they use the technology he had to be able to, advance what they? Now that Tony's gone, now that they use his stuff to advance their ability to be able to watch and be set up for defense. I got it. It made some sense to me.
Yes, but
But like,
he
Vision
said he did not want his
himself
body
didn't
used.
want to be a weapon.
Exactly.
What
Right.
the fuck were they doing with his body?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up with defensive strategies to defend the Earth just in case another threat came.
No,
As
I
it
don't
always
think that.
does. But also, I don't trust shield or sword as far as I can throw them, because at the end of the day, they're the government and they don't care.
Nope.
They don't care. They don't.
As much as Nick Fury tries to, and I understand what Nick Fury's trying to do, he's trying to protect the planet. Stark had good ideas to, save the world. And look what happened. He created Ultron.
Yeah.
In his advanced wisdom, because he was just a toddler playing with things that he didn't understand.
Yeah.
And
Again,
Wild
that
Knight
takes
brought up
me
a
back-
valid
He
point.
doesn't know how to stop.
Wild Knight brought up a valid point. How did they get him from Wakanda? How did Sword get them from Wakanda? So, well, you know what, Wild Knight, I just thought about this. The king was gone. T'Challa was gone, and so was a big group of the royal family. It's possible that Sword came in, got the stuff, and got out.
He got and dipped. Yeah.
And dipped
They
out.
got it and
Or it
took
could have been the
off.
Avengers
Yeah.
took his body. We don't know. The Avengers could have took his body. It was a fallen comrade. Why without Shuri there, because she disappeared, why would they keep it?
Yeah.
They
I
don't.
think the Avengers took him. He's a fallen comrade. That just makes sense. But go ahead.
And they probably brought him to the facility.
Right. And the other thing that came out of that was just the spite the director seemed to have with Wanda. Like I think that is all fallout from Civil War. That is all fallout from Civil War.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you blew up a building. You're just like, have you met the rest of the Avengers? Or like, they're all destructo dudes. Like, what do you mean? They have superpowers. When they fight villains, they blow up cities. I don't understand like why you personally have something against Wanda.
No, he was like, well, Hydra radicalized them. Well, I'm sorry, after a bomb shelter or after a bomb fell on my parents and me and my brother had to live under the bomb for a couple of days and not move because it could explode. I'm sorry, I don't like the United States and the government. My bad. What the hell do they expect people to do?
Yeah.
How do you think terrorists are born? It's like just ridiculous. So they try to blow up Wanda. So Wanda says, okay, we're going to do checkmate here.
Bro, literally, I was like, when the screen cut off, I was like, did they actually blow her up? I doubt it. And then they were like, oh, there's a breach. And I was like, who the fuck is coming out?
I knew who was coming out. I knew
exactly who was coming out.
I thought it was going to be Vision.
No, I thought it was going to be her pissed off. I thought it was going to be her pissed off.
Walked right out that force field and was like, take your fucking drone. And I was like, oh, shit.
The best thing about that, and Nature Muted, there you go. The best thing about that was she had her Black Mama moment. Because she went from her original American accent that she has been using, that everybody's been complaining about, to her Sokovian one, like, look here, you mother bleepers.
Mm-hmm.
You leave me alone. You leave my world alone. Don't you come in here. I'm going to stay in there. You stay out here. Don't come in there. Okay? We good.
And oh my God.
Go ahead, Nate.
And hold on. No ins and outs, damn it. No ins and outs. She didn't bugs in my house. No ins and outs.
And then she mind controlled the men, which...
Oh, that was dope. That was dope. Dope.
That was hilarious.
But if you noticed, and this is something that I noticed too, the people that she mind controlled had red eyes. But you don't notice anybody on the show has those glowing eyes.
Also, we skipped over something that happened earlier. The thing with Vision at work.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. I was going to get back to that. So, so she ends up going back in the show, but not before she basically turns all the guns onto the director.
She was literally like, oh, you want to aim at me? Bet.
So I love, but wait. But I know that Rambo said, you let me in. You knew I was a Vision agent, and yet you brought me in the show. You know I have no intentions to hurt you. And that was not me that did that. I didn't know. and she knew that she didn't
knew.
know.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "You're literally telepathic. Like you knew who I was when I came in there, and you didn't kick me out immediately."
And that's something else that she tried to explain to the director earlier. Like, I don't think Wanda's doing this on purpose because she protected. Well, she threw you out, and she was like, she could have killed me easily.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
Just ripped all her legs and arms off. She could have just been decapitated and done.
And that's something else they brought up.
Made
Like,
her go back to the snap version of her and disintegrated her.
And this brought up something else, which was, Jimmy Woo was like, or no, Monica was like, she held her own against Thanos. And if it wasn't for Thanos calling in Rain of Fire because I'm getting my ass beat, he'd have been beat.
Yeah.
And Tony'd still be alive, bothering the hell out of everybody.
So would Wanda, or so would Natasha.
Yes. No,
right,
Natasha would not be. Natasha was dead at that.
Oh, was that? Oh, yeah.
Wait. But we did skip over Vision at work. Let's get into that.
I was gonna go back to that. So Wanda ends up going back in, but before all that happened, because I was trying to do the crossways where what was going on in the real world and what's going on in the show.
Yeah.
Wanda or Vision's company, they got computers, so they're working on the computers, and Vision being an android, he knows all about the technology, and he set everything. He was helping set everything up, and then one of his friend Norm, they finally get online, which they did the AOL, dial-in modem dial-up, which made me laugh. And then it had 64K of memory, which I was really laughing at because at one point in time, Bill Gates' famous thing was, "No, you will never need more than 64K of memory." And we have phones that have 30 times as much memory than what he said we would need.
That's so cute.
So they got their first email, and the email, I don't know how they got this email, but it was basically something to Darcy from Sword, and they basically read it out loud. And Vision's sitting there like, what? So he ends up using his powers to basically unlock Norm's mind. So cut him off from Wanda. So we think, which I'm beginning to think it's not Wanda, because Norm starts freaking out and he's like, I need to call my sister because my dad is sick. And then she's keeping us and it hurts. And he keeps saying she. He never said Wanda. He just kept saying she. So could that be Agnes? Or is it Wanda?
Or is it someone else?
Or is it somebody else we don't know?
Who we don't even know who it is.
Right, because this goes back to the first episode. At the end, I know you guys thought that was Darcy watching after we saw episode 4, but I'm still not sure that was Darcy because that didn't look like clothes that Darcy was wearing.
Yeah, I'm not sure either because I
was watching the show
yesterday, and like I saw what you were talking about. I was like, that doesn't look like Darcy.
No,
it looks like the setup she had, but it doesn't look like Darcy.
And it could be Agnes watching. Agnes definitely knows more than she's telling.
Oh, for
definitely.
Sure. For sure.
So the point is that this could be or this was my thought. This could be somebody who's using Wanda's powers and Wanda doesn't even know she's being manipulated.
Right. And what happens is Wanda comes back and they're looking for Sparky, the dog who ran off. And Sparky's dead in Agnes's hand because now, of course, whenever something goes wrong or something happens that they need help, Agnes is right there. And I think Vision is getting a little bit tired of that. He's really getting tired of it. So, she has to explain to the boys, who were about to age themselves again. They're like, you know what? I can't deal with losing this dog. I'm just going to become 17 or 18. And she has to stop the boys from doing that.
Also, there was a moment before that too, like right before when they were in the house, because they were like, "Oh, where's Dad?" Because they wanted to show, like, the reason why they were looking for Sparky was because right before that, they were training
before the drone showed up. Yeah,
they were training him, and the boys are like, "Oh, we want to show Dad," and they're just like, "Oh, where is he?" And Wanda's like, "Oh, he's at work," and they're like, "It's Saturday,"
and she's like, "No, it's Monday," so she's losing track of what day of the week is.
Yeah.
So were the boys right or was she right? What day of the week was it?
And also the fact that before he went to work, they were arguing.
Well, but let's also remember that was to me another Easter egg of she can't control children.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The
And
kids.
if you remember, and I can't, and help me if I mess this up. One of the things that let us also know that they can't control children is because in their argument, and I don't know if this is the
Oh
first
yeah, yeah, yeah,
argument.
yeah.
At the end when they were arguing. So we haven't got
All
to
right,
that part yet.
I'll wait. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Okay, so Vision comes. So basically, she has a one-on-one with the boys in front of Agnes, basically saying, you can't run away from pain. Which this is allegory for what she's
Yeah,
basically
that's literally
doing.
what she's doing.
You can't run away from pain, and you can't bring things back. And the boys who know about her powers, who knows what she's done, they know what she's done somehow. They're like,
Mhm.
no, mommy, you can bring them back. You
Yeah,
can
like,
bring
you can
Sparky
them
back.
Yeah, and then literally 2 seconds later, who walks up? Freaking Vision.
Yeah, Vision
I was
walks
like-
up and Vision is like, what's going on?
What's
Now, what
going
you
on?
guys might not have noticed is who is the mailman?
I was wondering that.
I'm wondering if that's the sword agent that was at the end of the first episode that I kept saying what happened to the
We don't know what
beekeeper.
happened to him.
Right. Is that him? Because remember, he said, "Oh, your mom will fix it anyway." This is when they were looking for Sparky.
Yeah, I did notice that. I remember thinking about that. So I was
No,
like, what do you mean?
Go ahead.
But I was thinking. I love how these kids were like, "You can bring them back. You can bring them back." They know mom's powers, but that still leads us up to what Vision and them was arguing later about, which
Yes.
is about the kids. But
did you
what I
notice
was
what Agnes
saying is-
said during the whole thing? Agnes was in the background and she was like, "Wait, you can bring people back?"
Back from the dead, yeah.
So does Agnes not know she can do it, or does she know she can do it?
She doesn't know she could do it. But the question I had was, and I said, "Oh, so this is really showing that she cannot control children.
Mhm.
She cannot control children.
Nope.
Children know it. Children understand it. Children can speak out." And I said, "Oh." So I paused it at that point and said, "Oh, she really cannot control children."
Nope. So they go inside and it shifts to nighttime and the boys are all upstairs asleep and she's putting up toys and stuff. And Vision has come in from burying Sparky and he goes to put Joy, which I love. They had the old Joy bottles. Those were the old ones from when me and Big Nate was growing up. Those, the Joy soap. And he washes his hands and he starts talking to Wanda about talking to Norm without her control over Norm. And she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "Well, you can't control me like you control them." And she started rolling the damn credits for the show.
Yeah. I was like,
That is the ultimate.
was
That
like,
is the
"What?"
ultimate
I was like,
argument
"Oh."
ender for a wife. Like,
I
oh,
was
you know what?
like, oh.
I'm done. I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna walk off. We're done. I'm going to bed. Credits
The
roll.
credits
He's
are
like,
rolling.
it's not ending like that. You cannot control me. And I'm
she's
like, that's
really?
right.
It's like,
Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, she can't control you, bro. You dead.
you did.
But as
Also, there's another Easter egg to like the freaking commercial.
Oh, the
No,
blood on your
Lago.
hands.
The Lago brand freaking paper towel. And the tagline is for mistakes that you accidentally made. And I was like, damn.
And she's cleaning up red Kool-Aid, like basically blood on her hands.
Yeah. And also, it's an Easter egg to freaking Civil War because Lago was the city she accidentally blew up.
Exactly, which had blood on her hands.
Her hands.
But the other thing someone else brought up in the review I was watching was each one of these commercials might tie into one of the Infinity Stones powers, or just the color of the Infinity Stone. So
Also, red for the bloodstone. Got
yeah,
it.
for the not the Bloodstone. I can't remember which stone is red. But I think it's the Power Stone. But
I
yeah,
was paying more attention to the companies.
yeah. Oh, each company name is funny too because one of them was Hydra, the other one was
With Stark
Lagos. Yeah, Stark
Yeah.
Industries was one. So Vision does
Back-
eventually break her concentration, and the credits stop. And then he starts using his powers, basically floating up, and he's pissed off. Like, you cannot control these people. You have got to let them go. And she's like, do you really think I'm controlling all this? Do you think I'm doing all this? And she's like, I don't even know how this all started. So that is a key in also to maybe she's not doing everything.
Yeah. And also the fact that he pointed out, like, there's no kids when I walk down the street.
And that's what Nate
wanted to get to.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait a minute. He brought up the fact that there's not one. He says there's all of these, So then I freaked out for a second. I paused it and I said, wait a minute. He's talking about all these playgrounds. There's no kids. So if they got mind control over parents, so in reality, we've got dozens, if not hundreds of kids running around, not controlled, wondering what's going on, fending for themselves.
Yeah.
Where are they at? Did she displace them out of the city?
Yeah. And if so, no one has noticed all of these damn kids.
They're not out of the city. My theory with that is she can't control them. The show can't control them. So these kids are in the town taking care of themselves, not knowing what's going on. Because their parents are literally mind controlled. Literally, if we saw reality inside, there's probably a bunch of kids walking up to their mama talking about mommy, and these kids,
and they're just like frozen.
They're frozen, zombied out.
Or whoever's watching the show other than Sword could have them locked up someplace.
Oh gosh.
That's another.
Oh gosh.
So
to create
then comes the biggest what the bleep.
Oh, that was dopity dope.
So,
Dopity dope.
The doorbell rings, and Vision immediately thinks this is on.
That Wanda did it. And
Wanda did it. And Wanda's like, no. And she's like, oh, you don't believe me. And I'm sitting there like, why would I believe you?
Why would he believe you?
Why would I believe you? So she gets up and opens the door. And it's like, this is the longest reveal.
The longest reveal.
Ever.
Literally almost as long as the freaking Mandalorian one.
But it's so dope. The reveal is so dope. They built suspense when they could have, and that was key.
Oh yeah.
So all you see is the back of someone's head for a little bit, and you could tell it's it's somebody's hair.
No,
it's gray.
No.
Gray.
What color's the hair? That was what made me know immediately.
Well, it was his grayish hair. He has like grayish or whitish hair.
Yeah.
His gray hair.
Right. So Darcy's sitting there
I'm sorry.
it.
Elijah said, it's silver, Dad. Proceed.
It's gray, it's white, it's still silver. What does gray and white combined make? Oh, yeah, silver. Anyway.
With the name, so that's why he did it. Go ahead.
So it turns out it's Quicksilver. But it's not Marvel Quicksilver. No.
Fox Quicksilver.
Fox's Quicksilver, Evan Peters.
And I literally screamed. I was like, I'm sorry.
So Evan Peters is standing there. He doesn't have the Sokovian accent. I think he tried to, but it didn't come out right. And Darcy has the same thing that I said, and she's like, she recast Pietro.
right. I screamed.
Because Vision is sitting there like, who is this?
And I was like, there's literally so many wall breaks happening right now. I don't know how to
It was dope. It was dopity dope.
Because for those that don't know, so here's the issue.
Put the picture up.
I don't have it right now. But when Marvel had the rights, they didn't have the rights. They had the rights to the Avengers, but Quicksilver and
the X-Men and
Wanda are technically a part of the X-Men universe because they are mutants.
Yeah.
So because they couldn't use it, hold on, I'm trying to find a picture. So because of that, they could not use Quicksilver, but they made a deal and they were able to use Quicksilver and Wanda. And that is the reason that Wanda is a kid in all the X-Men movies. She's not, he has a sister, Quicksilver has a sister in there, but you don't really see her.
You've never seen her. You don't see her.
Well, she's a baby for most part, and they're supposed to be twins, and you're like, how is this even possible? And I'm trying to get the right timestamp because this is driving me crazy. But anyway, go ahead, Banks. You can go ahead with it.
No, so I will tell you. So I mean, so we got the gray in the back of the head, and I'm like, so I had that moment. I said, "Shut up." I said, "X-Men's Quicksilver," and so Elijah was like, "What?" And so then he turned. You see his face, and then whoever's really controlling the show has the clap audience track clapping because she says Pietro, and he was like, "So I don't get a hug for your long lost brother," and she hugs him, and I had to pause it, and Elijah's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "X-Men." He was like, "Ah, that's Quicksilver." I said, they got the rights back to X-Men.
They did last year.
So there's Quicksilver.
Literally,
the Quicksilver that we knew.
Screamed. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Days of Future Past, what? I'm sorry.
And the so his first line after hugging his sister, after that was, "Who's the popsicle?"
I love it. I loved it.
Yeah.
We were
And he
saying
was
that
looking
all the
at
rest-
Vision. So he knows that Vision is not
Dead.
really there. So is this really Quicksilver, or is this the actual person that is doing the things? Because in the comic books, it was Mephisto that did a lot of the stuff to Wanda. And he was the reason that the kids existed, was he gave a shard of his soul for each one of the kids. And that's how the kids existed. So is this him messing with her because she was because with her and Vision arguing, it was starting to unravel the show? And was this his way to calm her down?
Honest with you. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so happy that I'm going off like, oh my god. So now they can reboot the X-Men and do it right. Because I've been so pissed
for the fourth
at
time.
the way. Right, because I've been so pissed on what Fox has done. I want to throw up. And so I was like, are you kidding me? So we're jumping off Spider-Man, we're jumping off Doctor Strange, and
X-Men.
And X-Men. Dopey dope.
Mm-hmm.
I was screaming. I was like, oh, so now y'all just go tease that y'all gonna redo X-Men. Cool.
Now, something else that might have popped off that Wild Knight just brought up, which was, or he didn't just bring up, but he brought it up a while ago. When Monica was talking about all the stuff she needed to get into the hex, which is what they're calling what Wanda created, she said she knew an astrophysicist and she was going to contact him. Could that be Reed Richards? Because we never know who she texts.
Damn! Oh my God! Now you know they want to redo Fantastic Four.
Yes, because Sony had to give that all up because they messed it up so many times.
Yeah,
Fox was just Marvel was like, look,
give me back my stuff, bro.
Just give me my stuff, bro.
You done broke it too many times. Give it back.
They did Devo on them. Because can I tell you,
it's like an older sibling taking a toy back from a younger sibling. Like, you done broke it. Give it back.
and I mean, but let's keep it real. Since we keep it real. Mm-hmm. Fox did a bad job with X-Men, but at least it was swallowable, if you will.
Yeah, a couple episodes.
But I mean, Sony murdered the Fantastic Four.
Murder.
Oh,
so you made in both films. You made the Thing smaller, not in stature, but just smaller than Reed Richards. Reed Richards was taller than him in both the Bloody Things.
Yeah.
And then when he turned into the rock creature, okay, I think in the last one he was taller than Reed, but barely. But in the original one, Michael Chiklis was never taller than Reed. And I'm like, he's supposed to be 8 feet tall. He's supposed to be like the size of the Hulk, except this big rock creature. And then Johnny, okay, Chris Evans as Johnny was fine. Michael B. Jordan, no. That was, no offense to Michael B. Jordan, but that was not the role.
Wait a minute. But the Invisible Girl, the first version of Invisible Girl, made me want to throw up.
Sir, nothing beats Tony Collebe as freaking a hacker Victor Von Doom. That was absolutely the stupidest thing I've ever heard before in my life. Just this
And it's
stupidest.
crazy because, like, I know
I
him
am
from,
Doom. You're
I know him from freaking Charmed as one of the like kind of villains in there, and so like seeing him in Fantastic Four, I'm just like, you could play a villain so much better than this. What are they doing to you? What are you doing?
Look, I'm a bad hacker.
It was terrible. Both of them were terrible. I mean, as my sons and all his generation said, just trash.
Trash.
And then they tried to do Silver Surfer and messed that up. I know how we get Von Doom back. Silver Surfer flies over the surface and the radiation causes Doom to get his regular body back. What? What is this trash?
Trash.
And Galactus is a big cloud.
I literally didn't even watch the second iteration of Fantastic Four. I refused.
I watched it 2 times. Just to survive it.
I wanted to see. It was trash the first incarnation. So I said, I've got to watch the second one to see if they did better or worse. And then it was worse. I was like, oh, God. It was so bad. It was. So, you know what? I tell. Wait. Mm-hmm. Before you get moving, the only bright star in the second Fantastic Four was the dad.
Yeah, well, no, Miles Teller didn't do too bad of a job as I think it was Miles Teller as Reed. He didn't do too bad of a job as Reed. He was just more of a, I mean, the whole kids being gullible and the government uses their work, and I'm sitting there like, duh, they're gonna do that.
Hello.
Yeah, but I love, I don't know his name, but the African American who has the deep groveling voice. I liked him. He actually was, to me, the one acting shining star out of that just dumpster fire called the Fantastic Four, the reboot.
So, so this opens up the doors to as you guys said, the X-Men. This is also opening up to Doctor Strange fixing whatever happens at the end of this, because so either this is Mephisto or whoever is controlling Wanda, or she actually was able to breach the dimension and bring over the Fox Quicksilver and replace her brother because she didn't have a body to use to
bring back,
to resurrect.
Yeah.
So or Agnes opened up the door and said, "Here, let me pull him in," or whoever it is,
or someone opened up the door to some sort of portal to.
And someone said, and I couldn't find it, there was a reflection of red when Pietro walked in. Basically, his reflection was red, meaning that it was an allegory to Mephisto, who is, of course, a demon or one of the lords of hell. So that is a possibility, but
also, I don't know. When she went back and the whole barrier turned red.
Now that's a whole nother thing. So does that mean the radiation has grown?
Or does that mean she made it armed and dangerous if someone else tried to walk through? Or
we do know that at one point, at least from the trailers, they do get a vehicle designed to punch through the wall.
Punch through, yeah.
And I think that Monica's going to have on one of the suits they use, like to go back in time into the microverse that they use to go. And I think she's going to be wearing that and try to punch through there. Is that, but the question is, how much more is the director going to mess up? Because I'm pretty sure he's going to make some more bad calls.
Oh, of course. as directors always do.
Well, he's already got a thing against Wanda, and she obviously does not like him because, just the way she said director, just let me know that
she don't like Fury either.
Huh?
She didn't like Fury either.
She tolerated Fury. I don't think she really had anything against him per se.
But I could definitely understand her being mad at someone who kept her imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm excited for the reboot of Fantastic Four. We're gonna see, but the reboot of the X-Men to do it right.
I'm so ready.
Do it actually right.
So who else are they gonna pull in? Are they gonna pull in Magneto as her dad? Is he gonna be their dad? And how is this going to jail? How are they going to explain that Pietro is dead, now he's back, and Magneto's your dad?
Right. Just give me Wolverine. And do Storm justice for the love of God.
They did say that they were trying to get Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine and Spider-Man, but I'm not for sure yet about that.
Like, do Storm justice and stop having a crazy Jean Grey. That's all I want.
They can't. That's the only thing these people seem to remember from the comic books is Jean Grey just being the Phoenix. That's the end. They just want to stick to it.
But can I tell you something? I loved the new Storm. I like that whole character. I like her. They just need to give her the actual chutzpah that the real Storm had.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
The real Storm was a leader. And this girl, she didn't.
She just followed Apocalypse around.
Yeah, and then she followed the X-Men around and was like, "Oh yeah, no, that's not Jean. We should do something."
But again, that's bad writing and worse directing. My point is that do her credit, and that's the thing that I like about Marvel. Marvel gives powerful women, not as much as the new Star Wars and versions. New Star Wars has some really good, powerful women. I think they played the women short in Endgame. They gave them the chutzpah and then didn't let them carry the ball into the touchdown like they should have. So my thing is, I'm with Christina. Don't play it short. Give her the oomph. Give her the power.
Literally my favorite X-Men. Like, don't do her justice, please.
She's definitely better than Jubilee. And can somebody explain to me what happened with Jubilee between Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix? She just disappeared. Just whole character gone. Just whole character gone. And she was the same age as them.
She's young. She over there smoking some weed. She chilling.
No, she was the same age as Quicksilver and Nightcrawler, all of them, because she was with them, which pissed off a lot of us X-Men fans because Jubilee is technically younger. She was the youngest and last X-Men, according to Bishop. And,
yes, she is.
And
she is.
They made her like the same age as Jean and them in freaking Apocalypse.
Was she like 15?
Yes.
Was she like 15?
Yeah. But when she joined the X-Men, she was 15 and everybody else was like 30s, 40s. I mean, comic book world, everybody ages differently. So I think this does open a door for X-Men. I'm excited for that. This does also, I'm wanting to see what's going to happen in the end, who actually is doing all this, or if it is just Wanda's we do know Wanda's flipped her freaking wig, but but she brought up some valid points. Like, I cannot do all this by myself. I cannot get these people to go to the dentist and all this stuff without us seeing it. Is it possible? It's like Truman Show where you only see certain people under control when they're around the main characters. Yep. Because if you recall, I don't know, Nate, if you ever watched Truman Show, he could only see what was going on around him. Mm-hmm. So in other words, wherever he went, they had something already set up. But when he's at home, those actors are basically, that's their off time, their downtime. And they're sitting somewhere else waiting for him to go do something. And that's what's happening to these people going to stasis when they're not interacting with
not on screen.
Vision. Yeah. Because we have
she's got a co. My money's on she's a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
My money is on she's a puppet, and there's somebody pulling everybody's strings. And I think that's how this thing finally kicks off with the multiverse, is that when she even realizes she's a puppet, that's how she, I guess, what's the best word?
Snaps out of it.
Snaps out of it, and then ends up having to help Doctor Strange try to fix this, is because she's a puppet herself.
Yeah, I think either someone or something is using her grief against her.
Mm-hmm. And whether it's Agnes, where's Agnes's husband? Has anybody seen him? She keeps referencing him.
Talking about, yeah.
But we've never seen him. Is she, now that she knows that old girl can bring people back to life, is she buying for that? Is he dead and she wants her to bring him back to life?
We have so many different avenues that this show can take. And
only 3 episodes left, or 4. I can't remember. I think it's either 9 or 8 episodes.
I thought it was 8.
It might be 9. Let me see. But anyway, go ahead. Keep talking.
again, the bottom line is I'm excited. I'm excited. If the astrophysicist is Reed Richards, y'all need to check on me afterwards. I'm gonna have an asthma.
He might have had a heart attack.
Mm.
Right. Y'all gonna have to check on me because that is what yes, because I was upset with the X-Men, but there were certain X-Men that were pretty good. I think Wolverine did a good job, but I think it just ran its course.
Well, the
I
origin one was
agree with
horrible. The origin one was horrible. The second one was better. The other issue with the X-Men, it was not. You know how the Avengers kind of centered on Tony, but really didn't.
Yeah, the X-Men.
The X-Men centered on Wolverine for so many episodes. Like, oh well, I'm
But
the
you
only
know,
one that can save you from Jean Grey. What?
Yeah, but you're right. But what Marvel did was they used Tony as the foundation piece, but they let everybody be great. They let everybody shine. They did never do that with X-Men. They never did anybody else justice. They just let Wolvie shine. So my thing is, yes, use the foundation piece and Wolvie fine.
9 episodes.
But then everybody else
So
got
the last episode is March 5th.
Okay, 9. But
So
they
we got
got to
4
let
left.
everybody else shine because I'm sick and tired of seeing Storm, Whack. I'm tired of seeing Jean Grey be okay. We know she's nuts. We got so many other people. I'm like, Gambit. I loved Gambit. Why is Gambit not kicking butt?
You know who I like, and they really did him a disservice? Havoc, which is Scott's sister or brother.
Yeah.
Scott's younger brother, not older, younger brother.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the girl that could steal powers?
Oh, Rogue?
She
They
was
did her. She was ridiculous. But guess, if you guys didn't know, the reason that Rogue had her powers was she actually attacked Captain Marvel one time because she could control her powers at one time, but she absorbed Captain Marvel's powers and it was too much. And she lost control of her abilities to. At that point, she would touch people and it would kill them instead of her being able to cut it off. But she also had Carol Danvers' powers. So there's a rumor that she will be the villain in Captain Marvel too.
Captain Marvel. Interesting. That'd be dope.
And that's how they depower.
Because she was just like this whiny little girl.
Oh my God.
And I was just you can literally take other people's powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, I have to wear gloves. It's the end of the world. If you don't take somebody's powers and be a badass, like, I don't understand.
And they made her so much better on the cartoons. She was so much better on the. I mean, for those of us that had the '90s cartoons, and this is before your time, Christina, she was so much better than what they gave us in the movies, in the films. And then Cyclops was Cyclops and Storm were dual badasses. Badasses. He was like the Captain America of the X-Men.
And in the movies, he was an angsty man.
He was just, Jean, Wolverine, don't do that. Stop.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, y'all.
What?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I just wanted to strangle Cyclops.
Which one?
Then, all
Which
of them.
one?
And
Mr.
then,
Stick Your Lips Out one or the original one? I'm talking about the one that was from Ready Player Go. You know, he was the newer Cyclops, the younger one.
Terrible. My point is that I'm sorry, my boy was Gambit. Damn it, give me some Gambit.
Oh well, there was Channing Tatum was supposed to play him at one point, and I think they went against that. They totally was like, no. All the people that was when Fox still had control, and everybody was like, if you do that, we will kill you.
Murder.
Yes, I would have revolted and maybe blew up a movie theater.
So we've got a unknown 4 episodes left. And eventually they will get to the big bad. And eventually I'm thinking Wanda will come to some sort of sense. But on the arrival at her senses, I think a lot of bad stuff is going to happen.
Oh, a lot of bad's got to happen.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of bad.
And I think Vision is still going to be dead at the end of this. The question is Quicksilver going to be alive or not? If that's Quicksilver. So that's where I think we're going. And then Nate, you said you wanted to talk about, life down there as it pertained to what we saw on WandaVision.
Oh no, that's when the show ends.
That's when the show's over. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So, that's where I'm taking it. I think we got an interesting 4 months or 4 episodes left, 4 weeks, and it's just going to get even more wilder. Christina, your closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think the next 4, they have progressively gotten more explosive in like differing ways, and I think it's just going to continue in that trend with like big drops of surprise, and I'm here for it. I'm freaking ready. I'm also interested in seeing the way this will tie into freaking Loki. I'm super excited for that, and seeing how whatever happens in this is going to tie into Loki and what's going on there, and like what's actually going to cause everything. I'm ready.
Well, the next thing after this is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which brings back the big bad from Civil War, who wasn't really a big bad, Zemo, who in the comic books is a big bad, but he was more of a psychological, haha, I'm breaking up the Avengers. Okay. And to his thing, he did break up the Avengers, but to me, Tony's a whiny little bitch and always will be a whiny little bitch.
Facts.
Because he was a hypocrite to the utmost level.
It's like, I'm going to blame Wanda for all of the things that happened. Most of the things that happened to her were your fault.
Yes, it was your missiles that landed on her and Pietro.
Like, what do you mean? Who created Ultron?
You left after creating Ultron, and Steve and them trained me to the best of their ability, and they were fighting battles, trying to stop what was left over from Hydra with Crossbones in them. And then, that happened. I'm sorry. I tried to get him out of there. Where the frick was Vision and Flyboy at that time?
Right.
War Machine. Why is it just me, Falcon, Black Widow, and Cap here? If this is
where the frick is Hawkeye? Like, where is that?
Well, Hawkeye had retired at that point.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And Nate, what's your closing thoughts?
Oh, I have several. One,
We are here.
if we're gonna do this, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello?
Okay. Well, can you hear me? I'm hoping you can hear me.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Well, first off, let's talk about the writing has become superb. The build up has become superb. They're setting up so many different avenues to go. First off, before I go down the avenues, I want to give just something that has hurt my heart deeply about Marvel, and that is the terribleness that we have done with the Hulk. As a Hulk fan, please, Marvel, if you can find it deep in your spirit to somehow bring back my Hulk as a badass instead of a punk son of a gun.
Well, are they doing
snap? What?
They're doing a She-Hulk movie, right?
I don't know if there's going to be another Hulk movie. The next thing after Loki will be Captain Marvel. Yeah.
No, it's She-Hulk.
Black Widow. Black Widow's the next movie.
They're gonna do a She-Hulk, and that's how they're gonna, I guess, backdoor the Hulk. And I'm down, but can sweet baby Jesus, little sweet baby Jesus.
I forgot.
I don't know.
But wait, hold on. You get that? Don't let me finish. Sweet baby Jesus laying in a manger, 3 pound, 7 ounce sweet baby Jesus. Would you please, pretty please, help my Hulk? Hulk was my boy back in the day.
Hulk don't like elevators. Stairs.
And then we got Professor Hulk. Oh, You supposed to be a badass that has gamma radiation to snap. Now you lefty because your right arm don't work. Somebody, please help my Hulk.
So She-Hulk is actually going to be a TV show on Disney Plus.
Oh.
It's not a movie, and that don't look like no Jennifer Walters.
No, that doesn't.
That's what they cast as She-Hulk?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't know that they
Okay.
cast her already.
Mm-hmm. So
Sweet baby,
she
listen.
might do justice. We'll see.
Again, I'm sorry, I made Jesus too small. 8 pounds, 7 ounce, sweet baby Jesus. Would you please help my Hulk? Okay, now that I've said that, please, Marvel, fix my Hulk. All right, back to where I was at. I'm telling y'all, my only issue is I think part of the catalyst of Wanda snapping out of it, and I think we're going to find out more about the town's members, is when Rambo breaks through, or Rambo,
Rambo.
when she breaks through the barrier in this vehicle, and I think then that's going to be an interesting episode because we get to see what the other townspeople are doing that are not part of this show, what's happening behind closed doors, if the kids have been herded off, if the kids are just walking around saying, "Mommy, mommy, my ice cream melted," and they're in the trances. I don't know. But I can't wait for the breakthrough episode where they actually get through.
Steal the stuff of nightmares. Steal the stuff of nightmares.
I'm gonna get back to what I was doing. So, but I'm gonna say this. I'm excited about the foundations they're laying, which shows.
I'm sorry.
What?
It's just the stuff of nightmares. It's just the stuff of nightmares.
Oh my lord.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm
Back to
writing
what I
on
was
this
saying.
dissertation.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get back to what I was saying.
Oh yeah.
So
Sorry.
my thing is that I love the fact that we're laying tracks to open up other movies.
Mhm.
We're opening up the tracks for the X-Men. We're opening up the tracks for the Fantastic Four. Check on me next episode because if Reed Richards comes and puts that truck together, y'all need to check on me. Make sure my blood pressure's okay. I don't need an asthma treatment, something, because I'm gonna fall out for dead. They're gonna be like, "Nate, it's not right. Check on your brothers." That's all I'm saying. Check on your brother. But my point is that I'm just saying I'm excited. I did, and I have to give people credit. The first 2 episodes, I just didn't understand the
I
foundation
think
they
that
were
was a
laying.
lot
It
for a
took a
lot
little
of
while.
people. Everybody went in going thinking it was going to be Avengers part 4, and they got
A 56
a 50s sitcom
just starring Avengers.
just starring 2 Avengers, and it's not even a 50s sitcom. There is some weird shit going on for the first 2 episodes where you're sitting there like, what?
And even freaking Wu
You know-
mentioned that. He's like, this is a 50s sitcom?
Starring
What?
Avengers? I'm gonna
What?
go with that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot going on. You got to tune in for the last 4 episodes. We got to see how they create the multiverse. This is going to be dope. It's gonna be
Yes. So, thank y'all for joining us. This has been a slightly longer, but that's because we delved into a lot of stuff. We went off into X-Men, and then the future of Marvel TV because it's growing. And then eventually we will get back to Star Wars, but I don't think anytime soon because Marvel has got our plates loaded. I mean, by the time that Loki comes around, or by the time Falcon and the Winter Soldier ends, Black
They're gonna be
Widow
prepping for-
will be out.
Will be out, and they'll be prepping for Loki.
And they'll be prepping for Loki. So we're going to be marveling for like probably the first half of this year.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, all right, Star Wars time now.
Right. And then so I put this up in our fan page and in our group. Is just everybody from Star Wars getting a show? Why does Captain Anders needs a show? about being a rebel spy?
Rebel scum.
It's just, I'm just like, why? I mean, he was interesting in Rogue One, but I didn't really need a 6-episode arc about what he went through as a kid. I don't care. I don't care.
Don't care.
I really don't care. I don't care about rehashing another time when the Emperor was in power. I'd rather see more stuff going on, now that the Empire's gone, before the rise of the First Order. That's been interesting.
You and your pitiful band. Commander, fire when ready.
But thank you all for joining us. We'll be back probably Friday. We'll see. Depends on Christina's schedule and how that works out. But thanks for joining us. And don't forget tomorrow to tune in to my brother, Big Nate. And where are you going to be at, sir? Where are you going to be at?
The old school drive from 1 to 5 with me, Big Nate, is on Fierro 106.1. So tune in to me before your Super Bowl. Let me bring your Super Bowl in. 60s, 70s, and 80s. Let's have some fun, y'all.
That's 1 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard. Mountain time.
Right. But for me, the Super Bowl starts at 4:30, which Super Bowl starts for you all at 5:30. Mm-hmm. So my thing is that I will be on the radio from us that are in Central, the people in Central, from 2 to 6, and the Super Bowl starts at 5:30. So I can lead you in while you getting your cerveza.
While you trying to decide, do you want to support Mahomes or do you want to put up with the GOAT? It's up to you. It's a tough one because I know a lot of people want the GOAT to fail. Oh, I know you don't like the GOAT. You don't like the GOAT.
I'm a hater. His hair's too perfect. I'm a hater. And I tell you, I'm a hater.
Look, the fact that man got traded and
no, he did not get traded, my dear. He left because he didn't want. He was tired. He was like, okay, I'm tired of the stigma laying over me that I can't achieve nothing without Belichick. So his first season with a new team and with Gronk, they go to the Super Bowl. So he's like, ha ha!
Like, oh, y'all thought that I couldn't do it. Like,
and he's not a young buck. He's 42, 43 years old.
Still throwing like a 20.
Mm-hmm. But again, don't forget to join in the Big Nate on Fierro 106, and he will have his if you go to his Facebook page and get all his information, and he'll be broadcasting live tomorrow. And then Christina, you can find on Spotify as well as on Facebook with all her lovely songs, and I think she's coming out with new music here pretty soon. Hopefully. You catch me on Twitch when I do get back to gaming. I haven't been gaming much lately because I've been trying to work on this stuff and just work and real life and stuff, but eventually I will get back into my games and start streaming again. But thank y'all for joining us, and y'all have a wonderful, prosperous Saturday and a good Super Bowl, because I plan on smoking some wings tomorrow and probably making some steaks on the grill. So that's what's going on, and y'all have a good one, and God bless.
Send me one.
Take care now. Peace.
Bye.